Welcome to the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network. I'm the Gothic Rose, and this is the dark tale of the day. Hello, dear fiends of the Den. It is me, Rose Noir, back with more. And as you know, I still have to change my greeting in this particular segment, which is the haunted history of Hollywood. We are still demonetized here in the Den. I still don't care. If you choose, there is a paypal.me link. You can donate to the Den. Leave me a note that you liked a particular storyline, podcast. If you want me to look something up, you can leave it in the comments as well, because I do love me some research. Let's talk more haunted history of Hollywood, because today we are going deeper into the life of Hollywood's it girl in the 1920s, Clara Bow, and it is quite a tale. The answer to last week's trivia question, what became iconic, was Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse and Steamboat Willie in 1928. And this is the mouse that launched the house, the empire known as Disney World, Disneyland. I know lots of people have issues with it. Lots of people love Disney. Either way, he is iconic. But let's step in to this scandal, or as my family would say, the scandalous. Clara Bow was the ultimate it girl of the 1920s. She had it all: beauty, poise, and she crossed over from the silent films into the talkies. But her role in Wings was added after the script was already written. We will find out why next week. Clara Bow was just as much the it girl that Marilyn Monroe was, so she should just be compared right up there with her. So her star burned bright and fast, but the studio system that I have talked about turned on her. So Clara Bow danced her way through the Roaring Twenties with her Cupid's bow smile and scandal in her wake. But behind the sequins and screen tests was a Brooklyn girl haunted by abuse, betrayal, and a system that devoured its own. So Clara Bow's life was a whirlwind of fame, scandal, and heartbreak. And she has so many controversies and so many shadows that are hiding in Hollywood. Let's dive in. And heartbreak. And Miss Clara Bow. So at one point, a tabloid newspaper tried to blackmail Clara Bow with fabricated stories of drug use, orgies, and even bizarre claims involving animals. And these salacious rumors were never substantiated, but it damaged her reputation and her mental health. What no one knew about Clara Bow was behind the flapper facade, Clara battled depression and schizophrenia. The pressures of fame, exploitation, and relentless gossip took a severe toll, leading to multiple breakdowns and eventual retreat from public life. Now remember, being the it girl was based on looks and talent, nothing else. So she had a lot of childhood trauma. Her mother, suffering from mental illness, once held a knife to Clara's throat in a psychotic episode, and Clara's early life in Brooklyn was marked with poverty, abuse, and neglect, which was pain she carried into her adulthood. But her main controversy comes from the Daisy DeVoe trial. So her secretary, Daisy DeVoe, was accused of embezzlement, but the trial exposed Clara's personal letters and finances to public scrutiny. And the studio used the scandal to tighten control over her, and it fed the press's appetite for humiliation, which added to her mental health struggles. And with that, with her childhood trauma, also her father was a constant, unwelcome presence on her film sets, and he often exploited her fame for his own personal gain. But Clara had a loyalty to him despite his abusive past, and this added a complexity to her public image, which the studio system really took advantage of and promoted. Now, Daisy DeVoe and this whole trial is absolutely insane. And this will show you that Clara Bow and her depression and schizophrenia were not helping her in her decision making at this time. So, Daisy DeVoe was Clara Bow's personal secretary, and she was the central figure in one of early Hollywood's most quietly devastating betrayals. So Daisy DeVoe was hired in 1929 to help Clara manage her finances. Daisy was fiercely loyal and effective. She helped Clara recover from near bankruptcy, even building up a trust account with over $249,000 in savings, which in 1929 was a fortune. But they had a fallout in 1930. So Daisy was fired after clashing with Clara's boyfriend and future husband, Rex Bell. Daisy suspected Rex of financial misconduct, so she was fired, and Rex was behind it all. Daisy asked Clara for severance pay, but Clara, who was under Bell's influence and remember suffered from depression and schizophrenia, interpreted Daisy's request for severance as blackmail. Now, the studio backed district attorney arrested Daisy and interrogated her for 27 hours and raided her safe deposit box without a warrant. Now, no confession was ever signed, and Daisy was indicted on 35 counts of grand theft. But this trial exposed Clara's private letters and finances, and it fed a media frenzy around Clara Bow, who was the Hollywood it girl. Now, Daisy was convicted. She served 8 months in jail plus 5 years probation, and many people are saying that this sentence was orchestrated by the studio backed DA to silence her and protect the studio's interests. But Daisy wasn't just a secretary, she was a gatekeeper to Clara's truths. So her downfall marked a turning point in Clara's life, because this is when Clara retreated from public life after everything came out in the open. The trial became a cautionary tale of how Hollywood punished loyalty when it threatened power. We know that Wings won the first Academy Award in 1927 for Best Picture. We know that Steamboat Willie with Mickey Mouse became an icon in 1928. Today's trivia question focuses on Wings and Clara Bow. Why was Clara Bow added to the cast of the 1927 film Wings after the script was already written? A. She was Paramount's biggest star. B. She was dating the director. Or C. She threatened to quit the studio. Tune in next week to find out the answer, and don't forget to leave your thoughts and answers in the comments. Thank you for joining me on this haunted Hollywood history in the Den. If you have any stories you'd like to share or would like to be a guest in the Den, please email me at welcometothedenpodcast@gmail.com. Must be 21 and over. And if you like dark, creepy stories as much as I do here in the Den, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And as always, thank you for joining me here at the Dark Entertainment Network.